ladder of late afternoon sunshine from Lillian's kitchen window stops at my shiny upper red school sandals. 1 cup self-raising flour, 2 cups of water, 1 cup castor sugar, half cup lemon juice. She's teaching me to bake a lemon drizzle cake. You can break the egg on the side of the cup. See? All her best cups and saucers have pictures on them of Texas cacti and wildflower, and are kept in her glass cabinet next door with the lion's feet. Keep beating it. That's right. The cake is for the church fair. There'll be an apple ball barrel, a meat raffle, a pin to tail on the possum, and an auction for a ride on Miss Wells' buff boyfriend's Harley Davidson. I have the wrong shaped butt for that. In her infinitely long, bright and dusty hall, Lillian has pictures of all of her children, about 100, 82 girls and 18 boys, 'cause boys are bad luck. You can hardly tell when Lillian jokes. She doesn't change her face. Her skin's the same color as mine, but wrinkly. And now she has flour in the deep cracks of her cheeks and chin. I arrived in Houston, Texas, from the island of Tobago at 14 years old. When Lillian bakes, she talks. They spat at us and called us darkies. So Lillian's mother smiled and offered them fudge. Her own burnt sugar crust home-baked recipe, you understand. Lillian married William when she was just 16. And of course he was a white. So we got a dog poop in the letterbox every day for 18 months. Till next door's dog was run over by an ice cream truck. She laughs, rocking, patting her apron and making flower clouds, which Billy carefully transported on a tin shovel through the house to his old wormy compost heap. She was a cleaner. First hospitals, then hotels, 10 years at the Arboretum, who gave her the Texas cacti cups, and finally a cook. William encouraged me to sit me exam while he sat with the kids. When Lillian talks about Billy, her voice goes squeaky. He died too early, smoking 50 a day. And though the phone never stops, chatting ain't so good as cuddling. Now I'm her last little girl, Lillian says. She's not a forever mummy, but at least she's a Lillian. There's piles of little girl fetuses in stinking pits, jellified like frog spawn. Most mornings, Lillian pops into the library and studies the newspaper. Here and there, a matchstick hand reaches out from the gloop, and 1,000 hair-formed, bulging baby eyes stare at the stars. Nobody seems to know what's happening. A little girl, 13, was buried in sand up to her neck. Lillian was seen wandering up the middle of the freeway in her pants and stoned to death for smiling at her cousin. They phoned. I should have been in alternative school searching Ancestry.com with Mr. Yimmy. A little girl in Utah was married to an 80-year-old pastor. But I was in the big girls' John listening to Sherilyn Tops talk about clitties and titties. A little witch girl, they said, in Zimbabwe, was cut in two and left to bleed to death. And all the little girls in Delhi have their heads shaved in the temple for American bundles on the catwalk. At first they think she had a stroke. Or a car knocked her down, perhaps. Or she fell and now her brain is bleeding. A young lady cop with bangs is asking me questions. How's Auntie Lillian, been all right lately? I don't tell them that she sits in the dark now, crying at the wall for her 100 dusty children. Or that she takes the tram every Monday to the park and in her best apron sweeps up dog poop by the bayou with her best brush and pan. Or that last night, she baked a cake with soap flakes and called me Mammy. Howdy. I'm 13. This morning, I ran away from the Lone Star House, part of Texas Futures Trust providing care for the vulnerable young. You're a long way from home, Missy. I got a number 81 to the big mall. Well, Lillian bought her best bed linen. Then, a number 96 to here. It's drizzling. This bitty town is blurry. You can't see its face. You better hop in. Don't slam my door. Mr. Crawford mended Lillian's washing machine once. Don't put your dirty shoes on my seat. His truck is spotless, warm, and smells of Christmas. He buys me a bucket of popcorn, chicken, and chili fries, which we eat together with our fingers in his nice, nearly new Dodge Ram parked outside Walmart. I want a vodka ice. He looks shocked, says nothing, sits for a long time, thinks, then pops out to the liquor store. As we drink together, sit in a dark corner of the town hall parking lot now, I tell him about wetting the bed last night and the other girls laughing at me. Nasty little bitches by the sound of it. I tell him I won't go back. He'd have to kill me. And he says nothing. Thinking hard. Looking at me for a long time in his mauve leatherette framed car mirror. You better come back with me. I sleep in his downstairs office in a little camp bed under an army camouflage sleeping bag. I hear him turn the TV on in his tidy vanilla lounge. Kicks his shoes off, sighing. And as Martine showed me, I thread my pants through the door handle, then loop the leg of my joggers through the panties, making a hole. The other leg, just pulled out, just reaches the wardrobe door handle. I thread the handle through the drawstring, tying them together. If he tries to open the door in the night, the wardrobe, which looks wonky, will probably break off the wall. I'm a soft touch. Always the first to buy around. Lend an ear, offer a ride. Mr. Crawford is drunk tonight and panicky, listening for a knock at the door. I saw you at that bus stop that stormy night, on your own, hood up, in your socks and sneakers, toward my heartstrings that did. He is pacing the room, spilling whiskey all over his nice seagrass flooring. He sits, suddenly tearful. I always see the good in people. I've been in Mr. Crawford's apartment for 9 days. He won't let me out. When he leaves from work, he ties me to the sink. I thought you were a chinky little minx that afternoon, telling me where the outlet pipe was. Bending over the bath, reaching for the soap in your skimpies. He keeps thinking he hears footsteps outside. You had that old black woman wrapped around your little finger. Crazy old bat she was. Hiding her purse, washing the clock. City repairs would have charged her $75. I did that old lady a real kindness. He oozes now. His eyes, nostrils, spit in the corners of his mouth. And I heard the power of you snickering. Pointing my poor old butt crack. To be fair to Mr. Crawford, he ain't called the cops. He buys me baby pecan pies and strawberry shakes, and lets me watch CSI. There's a knock on the door. Keep your head down. Mr. Crawford's friend, I I don't know his name. He's tiny with muscles like ping pong balls and has a tattoo on his hand of a pair of scales. Or I'll lock your ass in the trunk. I'm lying in the footwell. The truck windows are dirty. I can see clouds and sky. There are no shops or even houses. No people. On either side of the road, I can see tall trees, sometimes fields. In the distance, hills and a church spire. The road is narrow now and winding. Don't be sick. I have to pee. I can't stop here. I hang on for 20 minutes. What's that thing? Good job, it's not my truck. It's dark now. A few minutes ago, a few miles back, houses started to appear with pretty front yards and porch swings and a picket fence and little gravel paths. We turn off down a wide, bumpy track. Big warehouses with broken windows and high winding wooden staircases. I can hear birds. I can smell the sea. All right, get out. Spray a bit of this on yourself. Air freshener from the truck. We're parked by what looks like dark woods. And on the other side of the road is an ice house, is it? Was it? A bar with a big old crumbly sign with words I can't see and a picture of a huge-nosed fisherman holding a huge grinning catfish. The door is decorated with torn nets and shells. You can't bring her in here, you jackass. I've been driving all day. I need a cold one. How old is she? She needs a piss. Well, there's a John upstairs. Whatever this place is, it's empty. There's a bar and a few stools. A broken ceiling fan with only one blade clunks and whizzes. There's broken floorboards and no tables and chairs. I'll take her up in a minute, all right? My mouth's like cotton, boy. I need a beer. The barman looks at me. Do you want a drink, sweetie? Give her a Coke or something. We climb up the stairs. I forgot my inhaler. Then, up a tiny, winding staircase onto a dark landing. Go on in there, see? This room is large. Some sort of special room. It has pictures of long-tailed birds for the wallpaper. There's a whirring broken ceiling fan in here too. And lots of candles and beer bottles and dusty globulets of dripped wax. On one end, there's a small raised platform, a sort of stage. On the other end, there's several rows of chairs. Hey, is there gonna be a show? Yeah, that's right. He pushes me into a much smaller room with light bulbs around a mirror and a pile of chairs, most broken. There's a John through there. He points up a narrow door of 2 steep steps. Don't go anywhere or I'll break your fucking neck. I hear him shuffle back down the stairs, then silence. I pry the little window open in a jump, but it's pitch black, and it's too high up to climb out and escape. I take off my pants and wash them with a shaving of cracked soap, drape them from the brass hook in the cubicle, hiding them with a bit of frayed towel. The door opens. There is a sink. You can have a little wash. Be careful, the water's very hot. You'll feel better then. And 2 girls talking in, I think, Spanish. Te cortaste la cabeza. Está sangrado. The other girl doesn't speak. She's sobbing, wailing. When the John door creaks open and I step back out into the room, they don't smile. ella es joven. 2 small brown girls. Hello. Hello, I'm Zamina. Me American very bad. My friend, Camila. Camila looks at me. She is thin and bruised. Her eyes look scared. Hello. No, don't speak with her. She in very bad mood. Zamina is small and chunky, with the long, wavy, chocolate-colored ponytail and tiny features like an elf. Camilla has short, fine, frizzy hair, large, bulging eyes. Her skin is paler, almost greenish, pitted with brown spots, hundreds of old insect bites. They both wear tiny tops, shorts, and boots. One is wearing a straw hat. Tiene el pincel. Zamina goes to the mirror. She takes the scrunchie out of her hair, brushes it, then ties it up higher, tighter, shinier. She puts some foundation on, uses a concealer stick under her eyes and around her nose, then applies a glossy blueberry lipstick with a wand. All the time, she is talking in her language to Camilla, who is shaking so much. I wonder perhaps she's been drugged. Perhaps she's been given something. She also talks to me. Don't trust them. Camilla tried to get out, yes, of the car, and they hurt her. All right, out you come. Back in the big room with the stage, the lights are dim and bluish. Someone has lit the beer bottle candles and put a huge vase of large paper flowers, purple and orange, on a wooden block. There's another man. He's young and dark and tall, in a cowboy hat, fancy fringed shirt, blue jeans with a knife crease, and tan cowhide boots, with a nice smile. Some chairs have been set, and there are 2, 3, or 4 more girls, different girls. 2 of them white, their eyes glinting in the candlelight. One of them is only wearing one shoe. Another smokes, the other ties, then unties the strap of her bag. Her hands shake. Okay, what the fuck's going on? Because I've had enough. I don't want to do no work anyway, so I'm off, all right? The door won't open. It's locked. The brass handle comes off in my hand. And I see now that black material has been taped around all the windows. And I think I'll shout. I'll shout so loud the folks behind the wooden shutters in the shack won't hear me. Let me go! Let me go, all right? I want to get out of here. Please, let me. What you getting yourself in a strop about, little girl? You want to get work, don't you? Get papers? She's American. Mr. Crawford's friend whispers something to the smiley-faced man, who is suddenly furious. I told you I don't deal in runaways or street kids. She's too young. She's too fucking dangerous. They're cop magnets. Then he cups my chin in his hand, strokes my cheek, kisses me. A peck. But Lillian called a pearl kiss. Don't you want to live in Dallas, little girl? In a nice apartment. Have lots of friends. Have fun. Pretty clothes. The barman has changed his shirt, and the side table now is dressed with a crisp white tablecloth and dozens of bottles of champagne and beer. He brings sandwiches on a tray, cut in little triangles as for a kid's party. And a plate for the girls as well, bud, all right? You hungry, $100? Starving? Bless them. Mr. Crawford's friend enters. He has glasses on a tray. They're playing music. And there's a soft bluish light on the stage. A spotlight that each girl walks into. Some of them just stand there, squinting and dazzled, their hands up, shielding their eyes. We sit at the side of the row of broken red velvet chairs and wait our turn. Our glasses are refilled. Again and again and again. So the room swims and shimmies, whispers and crackles, and I can see the audience in the candlelight. A spit of hot wax falls at one of their dusty boots. Most of the men smoke. They murmur. Someone laughs. Someone else tells him to shut up, be careful, be quiet. The barman opens the champagne, and the silver platter of little triangular sandwiches is emptied and refilled. Ham for cheese, for chicken, garnished with green sprigs of watercress. And the smiley-faced man in the cowboy hat who kissed me introduces each girl. He speaks softly, encouraging, telling them to relax, smile, take off their coat, their blouse, their bra. Camilla, the thin green spotted girl, stands suddenly, completely naked, glassy-eyed and crazed. And this smiley-faced man starts at some number I forget, and the men in the audience shout out numbers. Till the smiley-faced man, serious now, says, "All done," and slices the air with his hand. Zamina, with her blueberry lips and malevolent elf face and her whippy, wavy ponytail, is drunk or drugged, brazen and giggling. She dances to the music with some skill and artistry in the silver thong. And the room is silent and seems dangerous at her insolence, her confidence. But the smiley-faced man applauds appreciative. "Beautiful baby girl!" Wolf whistles and slaps her bare ass. One by one, each girl walks into the spotlight. Don't be shy. Don't be scared. We're all friends here. Take off your top. And it's me at the end of the row of red velvet chairs. And now, our last little girl. And the beer bottle candles flicker. And there are footprints in the sawdust floor. And through the smoke, I see their shining eyes. And their twitchy, stubby, finger-restless hands. And their tight gold rings. Someone wipes his mouth. And the music, soft and low now, is stopped. Take off your... And the men are calling out numbers. And the piles of sandwiches curl next to the lemon drizzle cake and peanut cookies and Twinkies. And the room sweats. Though outside, the sad faraway stars might be frozen and glittering. Later, the air will bite. As we ride down a long, narrow road to the end of the night, chasing a fierce, orange sunrise. And the ending? I proved so popular, so sexy, so clever, so witty, so obliging, so humane. Eventually, I moved into a downtown Dallas penthouse, making enough money to pay for my studies, becoming a renowned pediatrician and spokesperson on International Female Child Health. No. One of my regulars, a millionaire financier with his own hair and knees, falls hopelessly in love and helps me to escape a life of debauchery. We marry and live forever happy in River Oaks with our 2 kids, Cody and Rosemary. No. Or what about they take me to a squalid condo in Bay City, knock me about a bit, inject me, make me service 50 men a day till I fall prey to the friendly neighborhood psychopath, ending up in bits and bags. Let me tell you what really happened. Stop jiggling about. I'm excited, aren't I? Dallas is where they shot JFK. We've been driving now 2 hours, 10 minutes. A few miles back, I climbed over seats, fingers in filthy crannies, searching for the lost inhaler. Thank you. That's better. 20 minutes on, I open his tin of Altoid mints, popping one into his mouth. The gas station is deserted and glows a sickly humming blue. He pissed on the side of the road, but I beg now to go to the John. I'll be back in 2 minutes. He looks all around, slyly. He knows the exits and entrances. He's been here before and is desperate for a hot, strong coffee to keep him awake, or a donut, perhaps. The auction buffet ended hours ago. Inside, a yawning, scraggy-necked, shaky old boy in a dirty cap is serving. By the window, there are 2 red and chrome tables and chairs, one with its seat slit. I'll be set here, and I'll time you. He looks at his watch. Okay. I set off, round the aisles of candy and shrimp chips and bins of beers on ice, past the rack of t-shirts and key rings and chains and caps. Don't run, Missy. I have jelly legs. My head thumps, my fingers tingle, and there is no one about. Then, suddenly, a tall man looms from a dark corridor, but he is arguing with someone on his cell phone. Don't tell me what to do. As I turn slightly, Mr. Crawford's friend stands quizzical, then starts to amble towards me, still holding his paper coffee cup. I can see the ladies' restroom sign at the end of the short corridor. Pushing the giant door open, I'm in. I try to breathe, to scream. My legs snap. I slide down the door into a heap. Outside, I can hear him just strides away now, forced into a trot, wheezing. From one of the John cubicles, I can hear singing. A powerful, swooping, tuneful contralto. He is on the other side of the door trying to push it open. I sit square on the floor with all my strength, push with my back, gritting my teeth. Don't be silly. Just then, a very large black lady, like a ginormous startled bear, fierce and bright-eyed, with a mop bucket wearing a plastic badge, pops her head around the John cubicle. What the? Suddenly, he shoves hard. The door opens with a bang, and I slide across the shiny concrete floor, almost to her feet. Little girl, hey, what's up? Mr. Crawford's friend stands quizzical, but still holding his paper coffee cup. You are not allowed in here, sir. Do you hear me? I said, do you hear me? I am panting now. Little girl, what's wrong? Tell me. She scrutinizes Mr. Crawford's friend. Don't be afraid. Can you help me? Please. You see, I know actually. I've just been sold.